Hello, 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 and welcome to my next reaction to Arcane. So, I feel like the premiere of this season really told the perspective of what is going on in Piltover. So I do hope this episode or the next episode will, kind of show what's going on in Zaun. But, most importantly, for me at least, you don't have to agree. I, most want to see my dear beloved Ekko and just see how he's doing, okay? That is what I would, most like to see in this episode coming up. Me being obsessed with a character named Ekko. Sounds familiar. All right, let's get into it.
Well, it's all going to shit. Chem barons warring for control of the lanes. Wannabe street thugs squabbling over scraps. Just like when Vander shoved off.
Oh.
Except this time, you aren't here to put it all back together. Could someone put all those holes in you?
Oof. Okay.
I used to say I could fix anything. Before I broke everything. She used to say a lot. Her and you. Always bossing me around. Now it's so quiet. What am I supposed to do with that?
You gotta let him go.
Have you had enough?
Oh. Love, that's not gonna help you breathe underwater. Though Jinx did grow up in Zaun with very poor air quality, so. Whoa!
Blue red rose on your grave. Keep coming. Sleep in the casket you made. No. Get the fuck out of my head. So lost. I don't wanna
Chills. Oh wow. They've had really unique montages of, kind of interesting animation styles in this episode and the last one. Oh! Oh! Okay. That quick.
Buzzing behind your eyes? Because you know in a moment it could all... Boom! Best feeling in the world, kid.
Who's that?
good luck to me, 'cause I'm already dead inside.
Is she gonna have a mini powder or a mini Jinx?
Far be it from me.
Too soon to tell which one yet.
You know how Silco took hold of the lanes? With his bare teeth. It just, seems, hasty. Last count, Mondo had at least 10 hitters guarding his stash. Until I'm in Silco's chair, your only job is to make the numbers work. The gray, all the way up here? What do you know? Cleared the place out. No, we can't. It's factory smog trapped underground. No more, no less. You go on ahead. Report back.
Oh! No thank you to that. Okay. Okay. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Might matter up there, but they don't know the first thing about fighting in the fissures.
Is he dead? Why is he so quiet?
She's right. We don't get topside off our backs, we don't last. But I got a different solution. We give them Jinx. That's all they really want.
We don't hand over our people.
I don't know that that's
You
all
don't
they
do much
really want.
anything anymore, do you, Magpie?
No. She really loves just whipping off that cape. Dramatically.
I can't believe you're dead, and I'm still mopping up your messes.
Jeez, lady, you crazy? Talking to dead people. Same time every day. Big baby couldn't do it himself.
Couldn't do much himself. About now, he'd have me all over the lanes, running his collections,
Building his weapons,
making his deals.
exploding his enemies.
Are they bonding?
He dips out. The hell we supposed to do now?
Watch it all burn.
I mean, I don't mean to be pessimistic, but I feel like that's all a lot of people can do at this point.
Victor.
Victor? You're gonna have your... Oh, there it is! His eye-opening moment in the Hexy Goop. I would freak out if I woke up. Like, stuck like that. Oh my. Oh my.
Jace. Victor? My God. What am I?
I don't know.
You're alive.
Well, probably.
You're alive.
How?
You must be cold. No, I don't think so. I sense a charge, a potential, a recursive impulse. Unpleasant, but cold isn't its name.
Okay.
Victor, it saved you. Somehow it adapted to your injuries, changing and evolving. It was as if it was connected to you.
Well, we don't know exactly what it's done just yet.
Everything.
I was supposed to die. You promised to destroy the Hex Core.
No. Don't you see? Heimerdinger was wrong. We were wrong.
Okay, well, I don't know about that.
Kill this guy, Jace.
And that.
She had such dreams.
Oh. Oh.
I'm going to resign from the council. I understand now. My place was always here in the lab with you. We'll make this right together.
I must say goodbye to this place now. To you.
Goodbye. Victor, you're my partner.
Our paths diverged long ago. It was affection that held us together.
You think it's so easy
Oh.
to turn your back? I never asked for this! Where are you going?
Goodbye, Jace.
Wow. Victor woke up and said, I'm out of here. See ya.
There's so many of them.
It's all the fighting. We're gonna have capacity issues.
There you
soon.
are.
We're not turning people away.
All
Oh.
these years, we finally get rid of Silco. Just so a new one can take his place.
That is how it goes.
Now, what's this?
Oh my goodness. I live. I live. I need you both to brighten my mood.
Oh, this is quite troubling.
That tree means so much. Man, every time it seems like we might catch a break.
Now, it's not lost yet, lad. If there is a means of preservation, by golly, we'll find it.
By golly.
Something of
They're sneaking. They're sneaking about.
Don't you essentially own this place?
Shh.
Oh my god, I love this. I love this so much.
The brambleback has left the jungle.
You do realize code phrases don't work when you make them up on the spot.
Oh my god. I love that.
Professor!
Yes, of course.
I thought... Why are you breaking into my lab? And who's he?
He's amazing.
This is my new pupil, Ekko. Ekko, my former pupil, Jace. I intrusion. We were attempting to sneak in. Oh, pish posh, like you've never done it. Were you
Pish posh.
sleeping here?
It matches the corruption we saw on the plants we tested with the Hex Core, but... Where did you say you found this?
Deep in the underground.
Ekko's home is a marvelous place. Truly a wonder. You should see what... when I said home, I was, of course, referring to his cognitive center, which is certainly not a physical location hidden in the...
It matches the corruption we saw on the plants we tested with the Hex Core, but... Where did you say you found this?
Deep in the underground.
Ekko's home is a marvelous place. Truly a wonder. You should see what... when I said home, I was, of course, referring to his cognitive center, which is certainly not a physical location hidden in the...
Did any of the plants survive?
They weren't what
Ekko's
we were trying
like,
to say.
just because we're drinking tea doesn't mean
Oh, no.
we gotta spill it. You know what I mean?
Where's Victor?
Oh. Okay. I'm not sure I knew what that is. Oh. Here we go again. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Commander.
Oh! Rough times.
Baby blue. Just means I can up my finder's fee. There's always a deal to be struck. But don't think I won't steer out those peepers. Draw back into long-range types. Me?
Please
I'm
don't.
the kind of guy who likes to get in close.
Okay.
Never thought I'd catch you blubbering. Wonder if Silco even saw that.
Twice. When he met me, and when I killed him.
You?
It's always me. Whether I'm pulling the pin or not, everyone who gets close to me dies. Want another real kicker? You're the kind of guy who likes to get in close.
Okay! Okay! I feel like I'm gonna love their frenemies relationship. It's an arm! That's what it is! She loves whipping that cake with drama. Uh-oh. Looks like a KitchenAid. Oh, stop. What is this? What is this? Girl, you gotta keep playing to win. I can't.
Wait. There's a deal to be struck here.
You forget, Smeech? You already made your last offer. Tell me, who's a funny looking rat now?
Uh-oh. Okay. The fireworks.
Fancy meeting you here.
Laura never could keep his damn mouth shut.
You could have just let me eat it.
Haven't I done you enough favors? I didn't ask you for this.
It was something I could fix.
You got that look in your
Oh.
eye again.
Oh.
What are you planning?
To finish what's left of my family.
Oh. That arm is so Jinx coded. Her style is stamped on that thing. Just pure chance and chaos, basically.
Careful not to scrape up the gear. Won't sell as well. Nothing personal, friend. We just got needs we can't ignore.
Oh. Victor.
So much senseless pain.
What are you gonna do? What can you do? Better question. Oh my. Is he killing him or healing him? I have no idea at this point. Okay. Oh boy.
You need not suffer anymore.
Okay. Oh! Hey, girl. Oh, Victor. I think they found a new savior. Let's see how that's gonna pan out. Oh, I don't want to know. Do I want to know? I don't think I want to know. I don't. These last scenes. Okay. Well, you know, when I started this episode, I had kind of two things in mind. I sort of wanted to see what was going on in the Undercity in Zaun, seeing as the first episode focused on Piltover. And I wanted to see Ekko, and this delivered on both of those counts, so I am quite happy about that. You know, I think the main thing that I want to talk about in these post-episode thoughts is just the difference between what is going on in Zaun versus Piltover. And I was going to comment on this in the first reaction, but I kind of wanted to wait until we got into it over here in the Undercity. You know, it's a really interesting thing. Now, I think Piltover has a bunch of people who have their own motivations, their own, you know, kind of selfish paths that they're going on and everything like that. But there is, in general, a feeling of, you know, let's unite against the evil. We're under attack. We must all band together. At least there's you know, presence of that. Even if underneath there's some other stuff going on and everything. But there is at least that, you know, kind of being pushed out there, displayed. Let's all unite. This is a fight together. And listen, the people over here in Zaun are like, and it's another Tuesday. I don't mean to be like, I mean, obviously, I don't mean to be so flippant about that, but you know what I mean. They're like, oh, there might be violence. Ooh, you know what I mean? So it's just so much more open, out there in the open of like, okay, Silco's dead. So we're all let's all get to. Who's taking his place? You have to make these plays. And there's just this energy of we're not united. We're not going united to go fight a war. You know, even as much as I think Sevika sort of mentioned that. It's not happening. I'm not gonna... I feel like the closest that, you know, they really got to being somewhat united was kind of under Vander, but not even then. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. It's just so interesting, the difference. And they're very much more open about, I'm here to survive, me, myself, and and I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen. Because, you know, when you live so long with a lack of hope and in this place that you've been forced to survive and do things, I mean, it's just, it's not even entering, and I feel like into their minds to even unite in the same way, right? Which does make it messier, of course, because, I mean, with each episode this season, I feel like we're just going to get messier and messier, and that it is what it is. What an interesting first scene to start off with, this sort of Jinx letting go of Silco. Now, you know, and I feel like letting go of the person that, from her perspective and in her mind, embraced her as Jinx. You know, embraced her chaos, sort of. And Jinx is a character that I feel like has been really weighed down by guilt and not feeling good enough, with this desire to prove, you know, I'm kind of talking more of her arc in like season 1, right? And for better or worse, and you know, feelings on, you know, stuff that she's done, stuff that Silco's done aside, right? You know, putting us as an audience, kind of putting all of that aside, but it's just, you know, he is the one that kind of, you know, saw this part of her and wasn't, he embraced it. And I think that it's a very odd thing for her to cope with. Not just the fact that, you know, she's the one that killed him, but there's a lot of, I feel like she was a very interesting character to watch in this episode. Obviously she had that outburst as she let him go and fall down into the water and everything. But I felt, and I don't know if this is completely off the mark, but just watching her in this episode, it felt like she had like a calmness to her that I really am not used to seeing her character have. And maybe it's this, you know, again, I might be so off the mark, so I'm sorry if I am, but like, you know, I felt like a lot of her season 1 arc was her, you know, trying, sort of battling between this like Powder, Jinx, who am I, what, you know, do I embrace? What parts of myself do I embrace? Can I ever get over, you know, some of the guilt that I feel, the abandonment that I feel, and all of this? And weirdly, I think with everything that happened at the end of season 1, I feel like she's at least sort of maybe accepting that I am what I am and I've done what I've done. And not in like a forgiving, I feel like herself kind of way, maybe just in a, I hate to use this phrase, but it is what it is. It's very interesting. I'm going to come back to that. I might be really off the mark with all of that. But it's just a very interesting vibe that I got there with how she communicated with this young girl and stuff, and some of the things that she said to Sevika. And this might be a bold statement coming from me over here, but I think the interactions that Jinx and Sevika have together are, I think it's my favorite person to be paired up with Jinx in this show. I don't know why. I'm not gonna try to really deep dive and explain it, but I kind of like their interactions together and their team up, and that arm with the slot machine and all of that nonsense. I mean, really, I loved it. I loved it. I love that, you know, the show can really play with stuff like that, and the animation style is just so suited to it as well. I really, really liked that part. And you know, Sevika, she's gonna whip her cape off. It's when you know she's ready to fight, okay? Okay. Really interesting. I'm sure once I watch the next episode, I'll have more thoughts on Jinx, and I might be more on point with it. But okay, let's you know, kind of mosey on over. Again, before I get into Victor, it's going to be my next topic. I just wanted to mention and this is just like a random comment, but just like, listen, these, Caitlyn and, you know, and the bunch there, they're going to use whatever advantage they have. I get it. So let me just say, I get it. They're going in knowing that they're not on their own turf and they got to do what they got to do. Let me just say that. But man, does Zahn really need worse air quality? Like, that's my only comment there. Okay. Sorry. Victor. Victor literally woke up and said, bye. Like, okay. Now, I don't know the logistics of what has happened to Victor. I'm not even entirely sure how much of Victor is really in there anymore, but let's say he is, right? It's interesting to watch this because Victor has always been a character that has been very focused on helping other people and possibly taking more extreme measures than others in order to do that and stuff, you know, in the past. And I think it was a very interesting goodbye with him and Jace. And I loved that line of, you know, like, our paths diverged a while ago, but affection kept us together. It really got me in the heart. I was like, oh my word, Victor. But, so I think it's really interesting. I feel like he's being guided in some way, you know, by Sky, by this loss. And as somebody who is a character that has always really wanted to help people, I feel like she is this sort of like symbol or being or whatever, really guiding him to try to do the right thing, to help people. As much as he's in there. I'm not entirely sure about that. Again, not sure about the logistics here. But what I will say, it may be his intention to heal people, And I think that is kind of what he's going to be doing. But I think he's also going to be forming a cult. And, you know, sometimes that doesn't go so great. A lot of the time. So I don't know. He's bringing, you know, it's really interesting because on paper, he's bringing this sort of like, I feel like hope to these people who have just resigned themselves to suffering or being in this condition for their entire lives. And he is bringing up some hope there. And on paper, that's great. But I've watched a lot of stuff. I'm sure you've watched a lot of stuff that it's like, oh boy. Like on paper, good for you, Victor. It's a sweet moment. It could get bad. You know what I mean? It could get bad. All right, and I figured I would end these thoughts on my dear beloved Ekko. We got to catch up with Ekko and Heimerdinger. And I love that, like, the first thing that we hear from Ekko is, like, we're not going to turn people away. But I don't know if that's I mean, it is absolutely true that with all of this stuff going on, you want to have a decent vetting process. But I mean, there's a reason I love Ekko so much. And I love this place that he's sort of built and how he's tried to have care and compassion for people in a place that is so scarce, you know? I love Heimerdinger with him. As soon as they kind of teamed up at the end of the last season, I was like, I'm here for it. I love them. Let's go. And my goodness, you know, it's really interesting when watching this that, like, they've both been through some shit as well. You know, this is a cast made up entirely of characters that are with heavy trauma, and they're not exempt from that. But there is an energy that both of them bring that kind of brings up the tone of the episode, and I need it. And I also have to say, Jace might be good for you to stick with these two for a little bit. I've talked before about how I feel like Jace is always pulled in all sorts of different directions. I think these two might be two people that maybe if he just spends a little time with them, just for vibes' sake, okay? The good vibes. And I'm quite interested to see what is happening to this tree. And I feel like all of this is going to be very, very important going forward with this season. Whew! But I am just the sneaking around scene with Heimerdinger and Ekko, you know, and seeing Jace and all of that. It was just a much needed, I feel like, lift up of the tone of the episode a little bit. You know, this isn't a show that, I mean, like the intro is the misery. Okay? I know what I'm in for here. But it's nice when we get those moments that I'm not just like staring at the screen going, ugh, ooh, ugh, you know what I mean? All right. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. And yeah, if you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.